aware of our present times and the times in which we live and the culture that we're enduring at the moment, and so many things happening. I feel and think that second reading this morning, St. Paul's letter to the Philippians, is so apt for this present moment that we're living through. And just to give you a little bit of background to that particular letter, this letter to the Philippians was written by Paul when he was in prison and in chains, chained to a wall, and yet it contains so much optimism, joy, all those things that we very often seek. And maybe we think, how could he be so joyful? How could he write things like this in the situation he was going through? Now, having said that, don't you think, or I hope you do, that there's so much anger out there at the moment, and more people are feeling that. The main conclusion that a lot of people came to as we listened to the debate on Tuesday night between the President and Joe Biden, people switched it off. They said they were so angry, and it was just a debacle. It was anger. Also, we were being fed with misinformation. And people today are saying more and more two things. And perhaps this applies to you. I don't know who to believe. And you know, it's true. You listen to the news on television or you read the papers, and there's so much misinformation, conspiracy theories. And then more and more people will tell you today, I no longer look at the news because it makes me depressed or it makes me angry. Now, the question this morning for us, and for me too, where are we in all of this? What are our thoughts at the moment? You'll all have heard of Eleanor Roosevelt. And Eleanor Roosevelt said, and you know, when you think about this, very, very true. She said, watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your character. Watch your character. That becomes your destiny. How true. So, watch our thoughts. Where are you in all this present culture of anger and bitterness and fighting? Where are you in all that? Do you make a contribution to that? Because if you're contributing to that, if you're angry, if you're condemning, judgmental, disparaging, all the time criticizing, then you are part of that culture. Now, you can't get away from that. It's a fact. And we all need to look at that. And I've got to look at myself too, because I at times too can be very judgmental and very critical. So, and I'm trying to work on that. And hopefully you have become aware of that and you're trying to do that also. That's, very, very important. At Mass, and I know it's difficult at the moment, but a very important part of our Mass is when we come to the sign of peace. Jesus said to his apostles, "My peace I give to you." Do you have that peace in your heart? So you can't turn to anybody and say, "Peace be with you," if you don't have peace in your own heart. You can have a lovely smile, but you can be very negative, totally negative inside. And believe me, it shows on you. It shows on your face. And so many people are like that today. And it's so sad. And we can very easily, you and I, can very easily be sucked in to that culture. And I think that's happening. That is happening at the moment. You have this battle going on at the moment between people who will wear a mask, which is the right thing to do, and people who will refuse to wear a mask because it interferes with my freedom. Did you ever hear anything so ridiculous? And we see what happens. We see it now, what happens when you don't wear a mask. Nobody is immune to this pandemic. And whether it interferes with your so-called freedom or not, for the sake of other people, we ought to wear a mask. It's simple. And yet, why have we got to be like that? Just going back for a moment, this is where we are. Going back to the debate last Tuesday evening, there was a little 8-year-old boy sitting with his mother watching that debate. And apropos of what was said, he turned to his mother and he said, "Mom, do you think we should get a gun?" An 8-year-old said that. And so we are creating, even among our children, this climate of fear. Fear. What are we doing? What in God's name do we hope to achieve by that? And it seems to be everywhere at the moment, sadly. So I'm saying to you this morning, try and look into your own heart. I want you to listen again to the beautiful second reading from the letter to the Philippians. Listen what Paul has to say to us, although he was going through such difficulty. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is gracious, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing what you have heard and received and heard and seen in me. Then, only then, will the God of peace be with you. What beautiful words. So I suggest to you that sometime today you have a few quiet moments and you reread that and think about it. Whatever is honorable, whatever is true, whatever is true, whatever is gracious, whatever is worthy of praise. Find things to praise. There's plenty of things to be thankful for and to praise God for at the moment. Just to go back to those words of Eleanor Roosevelt, watch your thoughts, because they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. And today, just before we finish, it's a beautiful day. Today, the 4th of October, is the feast of St. Francis. And St. Francis had a great love for everything. He saw a blessing in everything, in the sky, in the weather, in animals. What a lovely, lovely outlook on life. And he was totally into climate control in his own little way ahead of his time. So, unfortunately, last year we had a blessing of animals here. We can't do that this year. But if you do have a dog or a little cat at home, well, give them a special treat today. I'm sure that would please St. Francis.